Welcome to Unapologetically Fly, the podcast dedicated to giving you the tools, inspiration, and information you need to finally live for yourself, no matter the age, situation, or circumstance. I'm your host, Renee Mitchell-Simpson, the self-love and happiness coach and founder of Well Diva Lifestyle and Travel, the premier luxury wellness travel sisterhood for the flyest of aunties. Now get ready to ride along on my journey of reinvention, even at this big age, because sis, I need you to know it truly is never too late to fly. And by fly, I mean finally live for yourself. Welcome to another episode of the podcast Unapologetically Fly. I'm your host, Renee Mitchell-Simpson. Today I am not on my teal sofa. If you're watching by YouTube, you'll see that I am in a very dull-looking space. That's because it's thundering outside and I am not about to sit in front of a window with no curtains when it's probably going to be lightning as well. I'm a Southern girl, so yeah, I don't do that. So I moved it on upstairs to a room that has yet to receive the Well Diva touch. Let's just put it like that. But I'm comfortable. I hope you can hear me okay over the thunder and the rain. All right, so today's episode, I got this one by request. And this episode, the topic is about making friends later in life. So we're talking about after your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. Do you make new friends? Do you find it intimidating? Do you find it challenging? Or do you just tend to just keep to yourself and be lonely, or just continue with friendships that are well past their prime and overdue and need to be disposed of? Okay. I like to make new friends, and I really don't, I find that I don't have a problem with that. So I love to talk about this. It's very important that we make new friendships later in life because we're growing. If you're a person who's stagnant and you're not growing, you're not getting out of your comfort zone, then yeah, you're still going to be cool with the same people you were cool with when you were kids, and you never pick up new friends along the way, and you're probably not a person that's going to be listening to this podcast. But for the rest of us, sometimes we do assume that it's going to be a little intimidating or challenging to get to know people at this stage in life. And I'm here to tell you it really doesn't have to be that way. Now, we all know that as time goes on, our social circles do often change for a number of reasons. I know some of us have gotten divorced, and I've heard about people losing their friends behind that. Oh, y'all hear that? It is loud. I hope my power doesn't go out, though, y'all. I hope my Wi-Fi don't go out. But anyway, yeah, sometimes friends, or so-called friends, I'm doing air quotes, y'all. Sometimes they're going to take sides and they're going to go to the other side, and you may lose friends when certain relationships end, whether it's a marriage that ends or some other friendship that ends, and there's friends that you gain through that friendship, and maybe those relationships end. For me, I grew up moving a lot. So I had friendships that would end because I moved. But I also had friendships that I maintained because I was always the one to make sure to stay in touch. I just took it upon myself. I was the one moving. So I was making sure that I would call and write and try to come back and visit. That's how I was able to maintain my friendships growing up. And I'm pretty sure that's why it's easy for me to make new friends even at this point in life. So anyway, relationship status change, careers change. You know how you get your friend groups on your job, and then you leave that job and you leave those friends behind. Sometimes you keep in touch, sometimes you don't. You relocate, or you just outgrow friendships, like I said before. So in all of these cases, we will find sometimes that we are suddenly and unexpectedly needing to rebuild our social network. And when I think social network, I think of social media, which for me has been a great way to connect and stay in touch with people when you have changes in your life and make new friends as well. But anyway, it can be hurtful and it can be challenging to either be forced to make those kind of changes through the lifestyle changes that I just mentioned, or even sometimes people pass away and you're left with a void. Of course, you can never fill that exact void, but yes, you do want to still have friends. But anyway, anything that moves us out of the comfort zone has the potential to be rewarding if we allow it to. So, research shows that having strong social connections can significantly impact our mental and our physical health in a positive way. Friendships provide emotional support, friendships reduce stress, and friendships improve our longevity. In fact, some studies suggest that loneliness can be very harmful to our health, as harmful as smoking and obesity, y'all. Did you know that? Let me say that again. Loneliness can be as harmful to us as smoking and obesity. That's pretty bad. Like that's really bad. So have y'all heard of the blue zones? I hope you have. I'm gonna assume that you have, and if you haven't, you can go on Netflix and there's a whole documentary about the blue zones. But there are these regions in different parts of the world, and they're known for having a high concentration of, let me try to get this word right, centenarians. I think that's how you say it. People who live to be 100 and older. They have a large concentration. I know Loma Linda, California is one. There's a spot in Greece. There's one in Japan. I believe Loma Linda is the only one in the U.S. There's one in Italy, I believe. There's something like 7 blue zones. And these are places where they are known to have the longest living people. These people tend to just be healthy. And they have a number of habits and friendships and social connections and prioritizing relationships. That's one thing that all of these locations have in common. They have regular gatherings with friends and family, and it's just a powerful reminder of how nurturing our social connections really can contribute to not only a longer life, but a healthier and happier life. So, what about some of these challenges? My girlfriend did ask me to do this episode, and I didn't get into, the why. I just had an assumption that, maybe she just thinks that it's hard to make new friends, or maybe she's experienced that. But I do want to talk about some of the challenges to making friends later in life. I think one of the things we do is assume that people don't want to make new friends. I have surprisingly connected with people just in a variety of ways. I remember when I was out looking for a house, and I met with the real estate agent, and she had me and another lady there at the same time. I think what happened was one of us was overlapping, because I'm pretty sure this lady wasn't planning to show both of us the house at the same time, right? So maybe she was running late for her appointment, or I was late for mine. I don't remember. But anyway, we both ended up at this house at the same time. And we're walking through looking at this place, and somehow we started talking and talking. And next thing I know, we left the house together. We got in the car together. I don't know if we went and got lunch. We went somewhere. I think we ended up having to go to the FedEx store or the post office or something. But I mean, it was like we had been friends for a long time. We clicked just like that. And I mean, I have that happen a lot. I really do. And she and we're not in touch now. But I promise you, if I go and find her phone number and call her now and say, "Look, girl, let's get together and go to lunch," it'll start all over. We'll just have a conversation, pick up where we left off. I've had a few friends that's happened with. That was just a chance meeting, that one. I've reconnected with friends from school that we were not friends when we were in school. We knew each other by name because I attended Spelman. I graduated from Spelman, and we did not have a huge class. So everybody kind of knows each other by face or name, or if you're in the same major, And I've had friends that have sisters, Spelman sisters, who have developed into friends just because I was visiting their city, they were visiting my city, we connected, and it's like you just pick up where you left off, and not even where we left off, because like I said, we weren't really friends before, but it's like you just get to know each other all of a sudden. And then I have my travel group. Okay, I've met ladies from all over the country, and we have just, some of us, we have truly become friends. And I've seen the friendships that have developed between these ladies. So I know it is possible if you just be a friend and you're open to making new friends. Because sometimes, like I said, we have this assumption that people don't have time, people don't want new friends, people already have their friend circle. I am willing to bet that there are more people than you think that have the space in their life for a new friend or for even rekindling an old friendship. And I know that y'all hear that? That is loud. That thunder is scary. But I know that there are some friendships that you need to just go ahead on and let go of. They're beyond their expiration date. And that's not always easy either, but for your own well-being and probably for theirs too, when you find that you've just grown apart, and especially if y'all just not even getting along, it's time to move on and let those friendships go so that you can make room for new friendships. Because there's no room for new friendships if you got chaos going on, or if you're trying to play small to maintain an old friendship. There's no room for a much better and greater new friendship. So that's another thing. Think about letting some stuff go if you need to. Okay, so anyway, I was about to talk about some of the challenges. One of the biggest obstacles is fear. It's fear that, this other person may not want to be friends, maybe they don't have time, whatever. You know, I don't know. I think you should just try it. Just say hello. I mean, cuz I feel like you're automatically going to feel whether or not you vibe with a person, and if not, keep it moving. It's no big deal. It's not really rejection if you don't feel like, hey, this is somebody I want to bring into my circle or create a new circle with or whatever. So yeah, I think it's worth taking a chance. Okay. Another challenge can be just finding the right people. It's important to seek out those who share your interests and your values. So you may meet people if you're joining a new group at church or joining a new gym or going to a new fitness center. I remember I was doing Pilates and a lot of like-minded ladies there, and I was going to some sound bath events, and I was meeting ladies there. I'm trying to think where else. Just venture out, enjoy life, get out and do some things that you truly enjoy, because you're definitely going to run into people who have similar interests. Concerts. I know that doesn't seem like the easiest place to meet somebody, but if you go by yourself, I bet you're going to meet somebody. I know I have. Okay. Maybe joining some kind of clubs, taking up a new hobby. Look for opportunities in your community where you can meet like minded people. Maybe walking your dog, or I heard about a group. What is it called? Some kind of run club. I think it's called Run Club. So maybe you don't run. Maybe there's a walking club. I know there's some wellness walking club and wellness activity clubs for women if you're into wellness. Yeah, y'all, there's no excuse. I'm just letting you know there's no excuse. And I guarantee you there are many, many people out there that really do want to make new friends. I see it all the time with my travel group. The ladies come in and they may come by themselves. They don't know anybody. And by the end of the week or however long the trip is, they have at least one, if not 10 new friends. Okay. I'm telling you, it's amazing to watch the way these ladies connect and bond. And then I'm scrolling on Facebook a couple of months later, and they have gotten together on their own trips or at some birthday party or whatever. I love it. I absolutely love to see that. Okay. Now, don't forget about the power of online communities. I have definitely met a few ladies online. I had Diamond on the podcast last season. She's known as Gallivanting Grandma, and we met in a Facebook group. And I mean, I literally saw one post that she did. And see, I'm a real good judge of character. So I'm not going to tell y'all to just, see a post and invite a person to your house because I don't know what your discernment spirit is like, but I am really good with that. And I saw her post. I reached out to her. Next thing I know, she's on my sofa having brunch. And we are just keying it up. And we've been friends ever since. So if you got a really good spirit of discernment, or you really know how to read people, or you really, are in tune with your own intuition, then it may be easy for you to connect with people online like that, or meet them somewhere for coffee or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, there's lots of groups and forums where you can connect online. And yeah, or you could just come on one of our trips. Because let me tell you, when the ladies come on the trip, one thing I do absolutely keep an eye out for is there anyone in the group who looks like they're not connecting? Because I am not going to have that. I don't like that. I can't stand clicks. So we don't do that. We're definitely not going to make someone feel out of place or like they don't belong. I don't tolerate that at all. I've only traveled with one other group, and I felt like the first few days was kind of rough because there was no icebreaker. There was no way to get to know the other people in the group other than just, hi, my name is. So we try to do icebreakers. We don't always get to do them on all of our trips because it just kind of depends. Sometimes we all come in on a flight together and we can connect on the flight. Sometimes we all meet up for the first time at dinner and then we can go around the table and introduce ourselves. So it just kind of depends. But one thing I'm going to do for sure is make sure I keep an eye out on the entire group and make sure that there is no one feeling like they don't know anyone and they haven't connected. So if you are a woman who does want to make new friends or who does want to travel with a group of ladies, you don't want to travel alone, then by all means, definitely reach out to us at welldiva.com. And you're welcome to email me, hello@welldiva.com. That way your email will go to me or Gina. Gina works with me. Everybody who's traveled with us knows Gina. She is my BFF. But yeah, so I would love to have you join us. We are headed to Ghana here soon. But it's too late for you to join us for Ghana for this year. We'll go to Ghana again. Bali, we are going to hit Bali one more time. This is it. Because Bali, I'm going to talk about that in another episode. But Bali is, it's getting so popular that it's going to be a place that's going to be a little too crowded pretty soon here. So we will be hitting up Bali one last time. So if you'd like to join us for that, visit welldiva.com/Bali and jump in and join us for that. We are also looking at Amalfi Coast soon and possibly the French Riviera again. We absolutely loved being there last year. And we also have Tanzania coming up. We got a lot of places. Welldiva.com. Just come on, sis. And you ain't got to know nobody. You will know everybody, though, by the time the trip is over, okay? So what else do I want to say? Be open and approachable. Smile, make eye contact, just be friendly, okay? Let people know you're open to being friends. And if you like them, smile back at them. If you don't, let them know that. Start a conversation, give a compliment, just anything. Really, it's not that hard. It's really not that hard to make friends. Okay. Consider your own current network. I know a lot of you have your alma mater, your sorority, your professional organizations. Tap into those because you never know who's also looking for you. And stay positive. A positive attitude is always contagious. A negative attitude is contagious too. So stay positive, okay? Focus on the good and always expect the best, okay? And then the last thing I want to say is making friends later in life involves a degree of self-awareness. Understand yourself, your needs, and what you bring to the friendship. Take some time for self-reflection. What are your interests? What kind of people do you enjoy being around? What values are important to you? Consider all of those things, okay? And get out of the house. I stay in the house a lot. I really do. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've been known to say many times, I'm only leaving the house to go to the airport. That's because I love my house and I've made it comfortable. But I do invite friends over. So it's not just me in here being lonely, because that is not a healthy thing, as we just said. And then when we consider the vibrational scale, which I will gladly talk about the vibrational scale in another episode. Y'all just let me know if you need me to break that down for you. But loneliness is low on the scale. Loneliness is low vibration. Okay, so it's going to help you spiral down into more negative moods, and that you don't want that. You want to vibrate high so you can be healthy and feel better and enjoy life and attract the best. Okay, so we're going to avoid loneliness, right? That's what we're doing now. We're getting away from loneliness. We're getting out. We're making at least one new friend. Can you make one new friend this summer? Can you do that? Let's do that, okay? I don't need to make no new friends because I keep making them. I've made quite a few new friends over the last, especially since starting the travel business. I've made quite a few new friends. So yeah, I think I'm good there. But I'm going to ask you, if you are feeling any inkling of loneliness, I want you to do one thing that I have suggested and make one new friend, okay? Even if it means just sign up for a trip with us and you and I can connect. Make that one new friend, okay, sis? All right. Let me try to see. Is there anything else? I got my little notes here. I think I've covered it all. I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode. I hope it has been useful and valuable for you. If you already have all the friends you can possibly stand, you are blessed, and that is wonderful. But I want you to share this with someone else who may need it, because loneliness is not okay. It's not healthy, and it can really lead to some really bad things. Y'all know what I mean, okay? So let's help someone else get out of loneliness if they're in it. And let's help someone find some joy and friendship and happiness and maybe even a new trip. Okay? All right, you take care. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Now be sure to like, subscribe, share with your besties, and tell me what topics would you like more of in the comments below, so I know I'm not just sitting here talking to myself. I also invite you to join me in the Well Divas on one of our unapologetically fly wellness travel experiences. Visit welldiva.com and select someplace wonderful to meet up with us. Until next time, stay unapologetically fly.